What's up, family? Welcome to the Michael Bays Show podcast, Bays at the Dark. Let me get a sip of this tea.
Cognac.
It's not cognac. It's not cognac. It's tea. Welcome to Bays at the Dark. Hot topic today is, of course, long-distance relationships. Now, you all know that with the social media, dating apps, people are meeting people from all around the country and around the world. And so long-distance relationships are becoming more normal. You think about it when we were younger. The only time you got a chance to meet somebody from out of town is during the summer when somebody's cousin came in, right? Their cousin was staying over the summer. Now, every single day, every hour, you can meet someone from another country, and certainly from a different part of our country. And it's becoming the norm. The question is it worth it? Now, I've dated long distance. I'm sure many of you all have. I had good experiences, mostly good experiences, to be honest with you. Most of my experience has been pretty positive. And I think it's because I'm so busy. And I think it really works well. Long-distance relationships work very well for people who are busy because it's good that you don't feel the pressure of having to see the person all the time, right? But I also think you have to know what kind of person you are, what kind of needs that you have. If you're horny all the time, you probably need to have somebody close, or you need to have an understanding. This is where it's going to get tricky. Or you need to have an understanding that you are going to see other people. Now, we got to get into all this. But what are the rules? Is it worth it? Of course. I mean, sometimes, maybe. Hell, I don't know. I mean, is it worth it to you? That's what we're having a conversation about. Now, what are the rules is a really important question. Because when we talk about the rules, we talk about whether or not, we're going to see other people. I mean, that's the rule you need to knock out the box from day one. Are we seeing other people or what? That is central to dating long distance. Trust, communication, the whole nine. And who's going to pay for this? Ladies, who's going to pay for this? Are women okay flipping the bill half the time, if necessary, in order to date long distance? So hit me up right now. I want to have a conversation about this. I want to get into the trust, the communication, the expense, the needs, and sometimes the lack of needs. Let's get in that conversation. We're talking about long distance relationships on the Michael Bays Show. Mike Bays, how you doing? Who's this?
Hi, this is Donna.
Don't do it, Donna. Don't do it. How you doing? Thanks for calling in. Where you calling from?
From Orlando, Florida.
What do you say, Donna?
Well, I'm actually in a long-distance relationship. I said I would never do it again because one time it did not work out, but I think I found the exception to the rule this time.
How long? How long are we talking about? What kind of distance are we talking about? And that's a very important question for you all to answer when you call in. Is the distance the issue? Because long distance next state is one thing, Donna. New York to L.A., that's a whole nother issue. Go ahead, Donna.
North Carolina.
Say again.
He's in North Carolina, and I'm in Florida, and it's about an hour and a half plane ride.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake. I can do that standing on my head. Easy.
Yes, absolutely.
Donna, but those lonely nights, Donna. Let's talk about those lonely nights. Come on now.
Well, it's really rough sometimes, but we both have very busy lives, and the what we're planning on is actually getting married in June.
Okay, see, this is another issue for me, and I need you all to call in and touch on this for me. The idea of dating long distance, can you do that casually, or is that something that has to have an objective?
For me, there has to be an objective because I've already put my heart out there once years ago for a long-term relationship.
I hear you.
And it blew up in my face, and I said I would never do it again. But this man I've been single for 14 years.
Wow, Donna.
And I thank God.
Woo!
Yes, I've dated.
That man didn't stand a chance when you got your hands on him, did he?
That's right. He is supportive, he's loving, he's encouraging, and he listens to all of my craziness.
Yeah, you missed my point, though. You blew his back out, though, didn't you, Donna? Tell the truth.
Absolutely.
I told you. Donna trying to avoid the obvious. Thank you for calling in, Donna. Taking more of your calls. Hit me up right now. We're talking about long-distance relationships. Keep it 100 when you all call in. And tell me, ladies, who's going to pay for it? Who's paying for this long-distance relationship? Call in now to the Michael Bays Show. I got Ronald on the line right now taking your calls on long-distance relationships. The men in the house. What's up, Ronald? How you doing?
How you doing there, brother?
Don't do it, Ronald. Don't do it, man. You need loving at home, Ronald.
I do sometimes, but, you get acquainted with somebody and y'all get too close too fast, and it goes bad too quickly, when
a minute. Wait. Ronald, relate that to long-distance relationships. What do you mean it goes wrong too fast? What's up?
I mean, and if you fall in too fast, go in too hard.
Yeah, but that can apply if you're local, Ronald. I want to know how that relates to long distance, though, brother.
I mean, it's the same for long distance because emotions are going to work either way. I mean,
True.
the same way, here or there.
So give me the story, man. Give me the story. Break it down, Ronald. What happened, dude?
All right, we can go with my high school sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
We were acquainted through Hurricane Katrina. After that, she moved back home, which was only a few hours, but for teenagers, that's like, a few states.
Gotcha.
So we worked through all
Okay.
of that, and we were exclusive, to each other, no other outside partners.
That was understood out the gate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So,
Continue.
Later on, we rekindled after, a short breakup or whatever. We rekindled, ended up getting married.
Right.
And so the distance between us helped us to grow because when we got to each other, it was always, a better connection
How does distance help you grow? Break that down, man.
because you're actually taking the time without the connection physically.
Mm-hmm.
You have the time to understand that person and how they think, their mannerisms and thoughts, and then you just have to put their actions together once y'all link up.
I can dig it. I can, man. That makes sense for me. A lot of folks say their bond is even closer and stronger because the physical's not there, that mentally and emotionally you have to give more and you have to be more consistent long distance to make it work as well. My girl Missy's on the line. Missy, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
I need
I
you.
have a little bit of history with this, and I agree with both of the callers thus far. It's I've been in one. There's so much that doesn't work in it, but what Ronald said really does matter. Like when you're learning through.
Missy, let me play devil's advocate. I got Missy on the line. Missy, where you calling from, first of all?
Louisiana.
Okay, let me talk to you, Missy. Let's talk like adults here. I got needs, Missy. Okay, I need you here with me.
Uh-huh.
I need time. I want to go out on dates. My life is busy, so I need to be a little bit more spontaneous. So dating somebody long distance might be an issue. So let me ask you a question, Missy. I want to continue to see you. I want our relationship to grow, but I need you to understand I need to continue to see Susie or Michelle while we're dating long distance. What do you think?
It depends on what kind of foundation you came into it with.
Hey, the foundation's good. What do you mean what kind of foundation? We're just getting to know each other. We're dating long distance. Can we act like adults here, ladies and gentlemen? I met Missy. Missy and I are kicking it. She lives in another state. Where do you live, by the way, Missy? What city?
There's no purpose.
Hold on. Wait. Not yet. Let me just make this point. Where do you live?
Louisiana.
Okay, let's say I'm in Miami. All right, I'm in Miami. You're in Louisiana. We see each other how often?
We've been seeing each other.
No. What is the average you expect to see a person if you're seeing them long distance?
Well, my husband was in Japan
for
a year.
Wow.
So I've been through this.
Yeah, you have.
And he also just was 3.5 hours away driving.
Yeah, I don't think you're missing my point here, Missy. My point is I just want, you got to know what you're getting into. And maybe that's the show topic I should be asking you all about, this long-distance relationships. Do people know what they're getting into? And I think the answer is no. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Sunshine on the line taking your calls on long-distance relationships. Sunshine, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
All right, break it down. Let's get real. We're adults here, God dog it. We're trying to date long distance. What are the rules? What are we doing? Who's paying for it? Let's talk like adults here. What's up?
Well, I have experience with a long-distance relationship. It's no longer, but it was a big challenge for me because he was in the military. And me being in Jersey and him being in North Carolina,
Gotcha.
It just, I paid for a lot because I took trips to North Carolina all the time.
That's not too bad a distance, though. Let me just say that. That's not too far.
It's not too far,
Yeah.
but the challenge came because it's a trust thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have trust and communication. Communication is a big thing. You have to communicate.
Get deep into that
And,
for me. Mm-hmm.
Our communication barrier broke because him being in the military and, me having a lot of free time because I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
It just, it kind of broke down because he wasn't honest about a lot of things.
See?
And when I went to North Carolina, I was walking in blindsided because, him not being honest. and me living up here, I wasn't aware of the things that were going on.
Let me ask you something. Why is that even more significant? And I know a lot of people are amening right now when they hear you say this, because being honest and having trust is extremely important when you got a long distance relationship. Talk to me about that.
It's very important because you're basically going off of what they're saying and, what I'm saying. Pictures, videos, just talking and
pictures. What kind of videos and pictures were you saying?
Putting everything on the table.
Sunshine.
Yes.
What kind of pictures? Those pictures?
Those pictures.
Yeah.
Those pictures.
Yeah, I got you. I got to keep it spicy. Yeah,
because
man.
If you don't, you got to keep them interested. So, of course, I would send pictures to let him know when I got there what
it was
going to
be on.
expect.
It was going to be on and popping when you got there, Sunshine.
Right.
They don't wait a minute. They don't call you Sunshine for nothing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. If you saw Harlem Nights, go ahead, Sunshine.
Harlem Nights, exactly. Exactly. I live up to my name.
Mm-hmm.
But just communication, trust, and understanding. Those are the three main things when it comes to being in a long distance relationship.
You're never gonna make it without it. You don't stand a chance without it. The money, the trust, and we got to have an understanding. What are we doing here? I don't know why you all not calling in and keeping it real. How many people are exclusive long distance? How many people have had a conversation? Look, baby, I love you. I want to continue to get to know you, but, go ahead and do your thing. And then as we grow a little closer and we get a date to move in together, whatever, then we can talk about being exclusive. Can you really trust and should you expect your partner to be exclusive long distance? Taking your calls on long distance relationships. My girl Tamika's been holding on for a minute. Thanks for your patience, Tamika. How you doing?
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Everything is everything. These people ain't keeping it real with me, man. I'm not doing this show no more. I'm telling you, this is it.
Well, I've had a long-distance relationship in the past, and it's very, very challenging when it comes to how much it costs to get to that person.
Yep.
Sometimes he would pay and I would pay, and it's very challenging when it comes to long-distance relationships.
Hey, Tamika.
And I've had
Hey, Tamika, let me talk to you. Let's have a conversation. See, I got to know what the objective is. If we just kicking it, all right, are we kicking it long distance or are we trying to build a relationship long distance? Isn't that like the first thing you need to get to? Talk to me.
Yeah, I think you need to find that out from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What you expect in the relationship, up front, so you both will be on the same page.
That's right. Okay, so give me the scenario. Casual dating long distance, and you just, hey, when you come to town, you know what I'm saying? Give a brother a call, or we're trying to build something here. What is the objective? That's what I want to know, Tamika.
Oh, God. Well, I can only speak for me. When I had a long distance relationship with this particular person, we were exclusive, me and him. But when I dated someone else years ago, long distance, he was different. He wanted us to date other people because he was like, I'm not able to see you like I want to see you.
And I'm not able to be synced the way I want to be seen. So this goes both ways. So what's your bottom line on this, Tamika, and who's paying for it?
I feel like sometimes we both would take turns. We agreed to both take turns. Sometimes I would go see him and he would pay, and sometimes I would pay.
Is 11 better long distance? See, y'all messing around with me. Is 11 better long distance? Talk to me, Tamika. Come on, we're grown here.
What you want me to say?
Look, if I'm seeing you long distance and I haven't seen you in 30 days, somebody getting their black bone out. Did I say black bone out? Somebody's getting their back blown out. I can't even say it. Talk to me.
Listen, Mike, I'll talk to you. Okay, me, I'm faithful regardless. Listen, I'm a faithful person. So it's like this, a person, if they're faithful, they're going to be faithful. If you live in the same city or not, if they're a cheater, they're going to cheat regardless if they live in the same city or if they live in a different city. So I'm faithful. So I never did cheat because I'm a faithful person. But
do you all really expect men, though? I mean, I know women sometimes have their challenges. Should a woman really expect a man long distance that she's seeing once a month to be exclusive to her? Really? I'm not saying it can. I'm just saying, should you expect it? Should you expect it, though, is my question.
Yeah, but in the back of your mind, I'm not going to lie, in the back of my mind, I always was thinking to myself, I know he probably getting it from somebody else.
There it is. Just be honest with me. London, what's going on? Thanks for calling into the show. Talk to me.
Hi.
yes, I was calling. I heard the topic, and I am all for it. Speaking from personal experience, I've been in a almost 3-year relationship now, and we started off long distance. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. He's originally from Louisiana, and at the time was living in Houston, Texas. And it's been awesome. We've had our ups and downs in the beginning. You know, I didn't know how it would be because, like your previous caller said, I'm a loyal and faithful woman. I've never been cheated. Even though I've been cheated on, I still maintain my morals and values. I'm just from the old school. So I knew going in that regardless, I was going to be loyal and faithful to this man.
So how did you, give me the story. How did you meet this guy? How much distance are we talking about? How often did you see each other? And who paid for it? These are all issues that need to be addressed.
Okay, well, I met him. I was working. I worked for the campaign of public safety at the time, and I was working, and I was trying to get people to sign my petition. And I asked him to sign my petition. He said he wasn't from my hometown, and the conversation took off from there. We had our first date before he left Memphis. We had our first date, and then the following weekend, he flew me to Colorado where he was at. And we spent the Memorial Day weekend together, and it ended up going from a weekend to me being there a week to him flying back home with me to us. Yeah, and I must say he's a financially stable man, so he paid for everything.
Wow. So wait a minute. You all met. He signed up. Boy, did he sign up. Then he came back to your spot. He flew you into Colorado. You flew back together to Memphis. Did he go home, or was that it?
Well, when he flew back to Memphis, we had a room, and we kicked it. Yeah, and I can't remember when he went back home, but when he did go back home, I went with him.
Hey, London, you put it on him, didn't you? Tell the truth. You put it on him.
I don't want to say this.
Wait a minute, London. No. Let me say this to you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we be honest for a second? Can a long-distance relationship survive if the loving is not the bomb? If it's just average, there ain't no way you're going to have no average long-distance loving. It's not going to happen, London. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I told him from day one when he flew me to Colorado, you can have me for tonight or you can have me for a lifetime.
Woo!
Have me for a lifetime, okay? And needless to say, we're going into our 3rd year.
My girl, I love it. I love it. Hey, London, thanks for calling and sharing that story. Stephanie's on the line. Stephanie, where you calling me from? What's up?
I'm calling you from Texas.
What do you say, Steph?
I'm not 100%.
Come on. See, nobody put it on Stephanie. See, they didn't give him that platinum loving. You would date long distance.
I thought I would once upon a time. I tried it. It didn't work. It killed me. It's not even about the trust. It's just that when you're not putting in enough effort anyway, it's kind of pointless.
What do you mean enough effort? I mean, it can work. It can work.
It might can work, but when you're like dodging the phone calls or dodging the text messages and it's repetitive, it kind of gets a little boring.
So wait a minute, you're trying to tell me you've never had a successful long distance relationship?
I have not.
Where do you live in Texas? There's a lot of Texas. It's a big state.
Oh, all right. I'm out here in Fort Hood.
Oh, you're in Fort Hood. Oh, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Now, my brother was stationed down there in Fort Hood. I love the family down there in Killeen. But I'm telling you right now, man, the ideal person for you may not be in your city. I mean, come on, Fort Hood, I love you all down there. I'm not trying to hate on Killeen, but come on, the dude for you may not be in Texas, period. So you're just going to wait till you leave Texas?
That was the plan.
No, man. Life too short, Stephanie. I mean, I know you're on social media. I know you meet people all the time. I'm saying this to everybody who's listening and watching right now. You got to make an effort to find an ideal person. It's very difficult because, Stephanie, you're not the easiest person to get along with. Just let me tell you, not even knowing you, I know you, okay? So to find a person who's compatible, sometimes you got to make an extra effort, for real.
This is true.
You're just going to kick back in Fort Hood. She don't care. Stephanie don't care. She just going to wait. Girl, you better come to California. You better come to Vegas.
That's where I'm trying to be.
Woo, you better come to Chicago. You better get out, man. I'm telling you, travel is the bomb, man. That's why I started the travel club, to get you guys out. The ideal person, the best friendships, even business. You got to travel outside of your space. Come back with more of your calls talking about long-distance relationships. Hit me up right now on the Michael Basin Show. Karen's on the line. Karen, where you calling from? We're talking about long-distance relationships. Talk to me.
I'm from South Carolina.
I could hardly tell. What a beautiful accent. How you doing, Karen?
Oh, I I'm fine. I am so excited. This is the first time I've ever gotten through.
That's cool. Thanks for calling
Oh,
in.
my gosh.
So,
And
Karen,
I'm getting on that travel club.
You
I'm
better.
going on that travel club.
don't play. Don't play. You know, the ideal person for you may be the person you meet while you're traveling. I don't know why everybody thinks they're going to meet the right dude on their block or the right dude on their side of town or the right woman in their city. Sometimes the ideal person could be in another country, Karen, for real.
Exactly. It's not possible to meet them locally. I have friends in Houston, Missouri, Texas, all over. And the problem that I'm having is it's a lack of communication. You can communicate with them here off and on, and then they don't respond, and so back and forth. And it's not like they want to put forth the effort. I agree with the last young lady. They don't put forth enough effort.
But isn't it true, though, that could be the case, even with a person living in the same town, that they're not putting forth the effort? It's an individual thing, isn't it?
And I put a lot of effort in, at least texting or something, because I have 3 kids.
Right.
And if I can put forth the effort and I work, I'm a single mother, and I know you can.
Oh, stop. Oh, I got to ask a question. I'm sorry. When you all are dating long distance and you got kids, that's got to be a little bit of a challenge. And I mean, I know women can work anything out, Karen, but I'm just curious.
I'm willing to. But if I'm willing to put in forth that effort, and I have all this package going on, I feel that he can put forth the effort too.
The package.
So
Wait, hold on. What's in the package? What's in the package?
My 3, and I got a package deal. My kids, and they are a lot of work.
Oh, got you.
And I have to work as well as
Karen, stop. I got to say to everybody listening right now, you got kids and you're trying to date long distance. Yes, it is possible. But, man, you all just put forward a real big challenge. You got 3 children. If you all got a good support system, that's fine. I'm not even knocking. You can still do it. But the other package better be good, too, if I'm going to date you with 3 kids. I'm going to tell you that right now, Karen. That's all I'm saying.
I'm all that in a bag of chips.
I mean, talk to me about that package. I mean, what's in the package long distance for me if I'm going to date you long distance with some kids? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, but you got to come. It's gonna be beautiful if you ever put forth the effort to communicate.
Gotcha. I got you. Hey, Karen, I got to keep it pushing, taking more calls. Hit me up right now, long distance relationships, dating long distance with kids, with 3 kids. Call in right now, Karen. I know you can make it happen. And what about the men who have the kids? What about the men who have custody? What about the men trying to date long distance? Fellas, where you at? Hit me up on the Michael Basin Show. Mike Basin, how you doing? Who's this?
Hi, this is Stephanie.
What's up, Steph? Where you calling from?
I'm Colleen.
Colleen, man, Colleen is blowing me up today. What's going on down there in Colleen? Y'all must be having a hard time finding some good men down there in Colleen, Texas.
I have one. No, I have a good man.
So talk to me about long distance relationships.
I don't believe in them. I don't think they work.
Really?
No, really.
Why not?
It's too hard to maintain.
I don't know. Sometimes it's a better relationship if you're busy. You don't want you love a long distance relationship because you don't want to be bothered all the time. You get your space when it's long distance. You don't understand. If I'm busy, a long distance relationship could be perfect. Perfect.
Well, for some people, it's just not for me.
You need a lot of loving, don't you? Don't you? You need a lot of attention, don't you? Tell the truth.
Oh, I get a lot of that already.
Yeah, I know you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you couldn't deal with that man being too far away, could you?
No, I sure couldn't.
You want to jump his bones, don't you? Tell the truth.
All the time.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Can we keep it 100? Some people's needs are greater than other people's needs, right?
Right.
And if you know that your needs are greater than having somebody because look, these people only seeing each other, what, once or twice a month? That's not enough for some women. It's obviously not enough for you.
No, it's not. No.
Yeah. But what if the ideal guy is like, you're in Killeen, Texas, and say the dude is in Vegas.
Say that again.
If he's in Vegas, you're in Killeen, Texas. I mean, that's not that far. Can we get together?
No, that's still too far. He has to be in my area within 30 minutes radius. Yeah.
30 minutes? Damn.
Yes.
Man, 45 minutes out, he just SOL, huh?
She want to sneak up on him.
Right.
SOL.
She want to be able to
Did
sneak
you say sneak up on him?
That's what she want to do.
Thanks for calling in, Stephanie. Thanks for keeping it real. Shout out to the family down there in Killeen. Blow me up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, long-distance relationships. Let's talk about it on the Michael Basin Show. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Tamika, what's going on? Thanks for calling in. Where you hitting us from?
Ohio.
Ohio. What part of Ohio?
Canton.
Say that again.
Canton.
Canton, Ohio. Thanks for calling in. Talk to me about long-distance relationships.
Well, I've elected within the last almost 2 decades to only and exclusively date long distance.
Really? Why is that?
I'm not really interested in anyone within the area.
Wow.
I also don't care to have the stigma when I step out. I don't want to step out with a gentleman and they're like, well, that used to be Lisa's man.
Oh, see, Canton is a small
No.
town. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you where I think Tamika's going with this.
yes.
I got you, Tamika. See, I felt you already with that. Tamika saying in a small town, her attitude is, most women, I got to be honest with you, a lot of women I know, a lot of professional women I know only date long distance. So, Tamika, I'm feeling you. And especially in a small town like Canton and many other small towns, right? If you go out with anybody, everybody know your business. And you don't want them in your business is what you're saying.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I certainly do not.
Gotcha. Yeah. You like to get your groove on and have them out of town. Nobody know what's going on, right?
Absolutely slip in and out, dip in and out.
See, this is what's going on. And what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm on some grown woman stuff.
That's
here.
what I'm talking about. And that's why long distance for so many women. See, we don't understand that women want their space too. And having a dude long distance, they can have their fun. And I'm not just talking about intimate, but it is that too. And have their companionship and then get their space back, Tamika.
Amen.
See?
Just like I do today.
What you doing? What's happening? Go ahead, Miles. Talk to Tamika.
First of all,
It's
Tamika.
Monday.
Go ahead.
First of all, Tamika, do you have any ultimate goals for the relationship, or are you cool just being a long distance thing?
Like casual.
Oh, I was cool casual. I actually ended up marrying one, so
See?
I'm married now. But he still lives out of the state in his own residence, and I love to fly. So I love to travel. I love to, host him when he comes in to see his wife, and I love to be hosted.
I love that expression, hosted. Ladies and gentlemen, it can work out. It can start out casual with no expectations, just having fun, getting your groove on, and turn into marriage and love. Tamika, thank you so much for calling in and representing Canton on the Michael Basin Show. More of your calls up next on long distance relationships. Is it worth it, family? Mike Basin, how you doing? Who's this? I'm going to clear the phone lines, family, give you all a chance to call in. I'm going to clear them up right now. Call in at 855-962-7469. Call me up at 855-962-7469. Let me talk to you all right now about this long distance thing. I've done it, and I enjoy it. In fact, I prefer it. I move around so much, man. I don't know where I'm going to be from one year to the next, man. I pick up and move the whole show, the studio, the whole nine. And sometimes, man, the best relationship in the world is one where you have space, you have your own space, and then as a young lady called in and said earlier, you can host your partner when they come to town. And you already know the loving. The loving is going to be off the chart, baby, every time, man. It's like getting together for the first time every time. And most importantly, it does work because you get a chance to build on the communication, the talking, the trust, the consistency. Because it's one thing you got to be if you want to have a successful long-distance relationship. You must be consistent. And you got to have trust. Mike Basin, how you doing? Who's this?
This is Wanda.
What's up, Wawa? Talk to me. Where you calling from?
I'm from Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland.
Chi-Town, my hometown. What's up, homegirl? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So would you date a dude in Miami? Talk to me about long-distance relationships.
I can talk about it, too. Listen, for 6 years, we dated long distance, and this has been a minute back because I'm married to the same man for over 40 years.
Woo!
We have raised 4 kids. That distance made us so longing for one another that when we did finally pull it together and get married, we appreciated all those times where we really wanted to be together but could not.
Now, let me ask you this question, though, because I want to get a little deep into this. Was there an understanding or not that you all would be exclusive long distance? Because that's an issue. All you all dating long distance, you got to deal with this. Are you exclusive or not when you're dating long distance?
We weren't exclusive. However, both of us were mature enough to handle that we might see other people.
Right.
But I knew where my heart was, and he knew where his heart was, and he always made me a priority, and I knew that.
I believe you have to grow into exclusivity. I think having an expectation of being exclusive is a mistake, and it puts too much pressure on the relationship in the beginning. And if you believe that that person, as you said, that your heart is with them and their heart is with you, and that you're a good choice for them and vice versa, then let the natural law of selection kick in, and it'll take care of itself. You don't have to expect and pressure a person into being exclusive. What do you say, Wanda?
I say just that. You don't have to pressure. If you know that you are the priority, then you don't sweat the other person. You respect them, they respect you. And my husband was always, back then when he was my boyfriend, he was always discreet and respectful of me.
There you go.
And that's what people have to really look at. And really what that boils down to is trust.
That's right.
How much do you trust the person? And if you're looking for somebody to just be exclusively with and never see anyone else and vice versa, that's no guarantee.
That's right.
Even if you're local.
And what about this, Wanda? What about the fact that you give yourself a chance to appreciate them? Because, you know, one thing about dating other people, it doesn't mean that you're being intimate with other people. But let's just say you are too. We're all adults here. It still gives you a chance to appreciate your partner because you're seeing these other people and you're still dealing with them and you're kind of, let's be honest, you're kind of comparing. And why is that a bad thing, Wanda?
It's a good thing, and I think it's necessary.
I agree.
Really, you appreciate your first love more because you're able to, like you say, compare, but you're also able to cherish the time you have together, and so you don't take that person for granted.
I think a lot of people have a problem competing. And I don't mean to make this the focus of the conversation. Obviously, we're talking about long-distance relationships, but we're all competing, especially with social media, man. It's just so flagrant that we're competing. So my attitude is I have no problem competing because I think I'm the best thing you're going to get. So you go ahead on and date whoever you want. But if you're going to mess this up, then you're not the person for me anyway, Wanda. Talk to me.
Right. And also, if you're a person that is going to hover over a person or I'll say hound them, then that's an insecurity anyway.
Word. Tony, let's talk about the expense of dating long distance, man. I mean, who's going to pay for this?
I mean, you know, I was raised the old school way, you know what I'm saying? The man got to make the bigger moves, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, I got to take on their leadership and show my queen that I can really be her king, you know?
I like that. When you say the bigger move, does it mean the bigger move being the most paying or the only paying?
And I don't have to be the only one paid, but I feel like, you know, like I said, as a man, I definitely have to take on the bigger pay.
Why are you making faces at Tony, Miles? Talk to Miles, Tony, and Tony talk to Miles, and Miles talk to Tony.
Tony, what up, brother?
What up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't know about that one, man, because like we've said before, women are making money, man. Women do a lot of things. They can afford it, man, but I guess it's all you.
I mean, you know, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, in today's world, women are doing what men do. But like I said, you know, when you raised in a house with a single woman, you know what I'm saying? And
I get it. He see the challenges. He see the struggle.
Yeah.
So what about Tony, what about some of the other challenges, man, other than money? I didn't mean to take you on the road down to finances. What else did you want to talk to me about long distance?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, like people say it's all about communication, but then when, you know what I'm saying, when you can't find exactly what you're looking for, you know what I'm saying, like, so close to you, because, you know what I'm saying, what's close to you is always the same.
Right.
So when you go long distance, you have to be able to willing to trust and put a lot on the line.
So how far did you go, Tony? I mean, get me to the point. How far did you go search for your queen, dog?
The farthest I went was Texas.
Oh, that ain't far.
Here in Texas.
Yeah, you right next door. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, it was still a lot on the line for me, though, because, like, my trust and my heart and stuff, you know what I'm saying, on the line.
I got you.
But, you know what I'm saying, like, I heard one woman say, you know, you got to be mature enough to accept it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially if it's something that you really want, you know.
So,
because
Tony,
if it ain't worth waiting for.
So, Tony, I'm curious, how old are you? How old are you, Tone?
I'm 24.
So 24 years old, when the ladies in, look, I don't want to get the women in your town a hard time. What city are you calling from? Where the ladies at where you at right now? What city?
Oh, I'm in Baton Rouge right now.
Now, a lot of guys, because there's some fine women in Baton Rouge, Tony, I know this, okay? So you can't find any ladies in Baton Rouge just for you. You had to go to Texas.
Right. Now, see how I found this one in Texas because, you know, like you said, we you know what I'm saying?
Talk to me, dog.
Facebook, you know what I'm saying? We met on Facebook, but, like, when we met, we was kids, man. I was about, like, 17, and she was about 18, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Like, we got history. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't get to her then, but now when I was able to, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Fireworks here, you know what I'm saying?
I got a question for Tony and Miles. If you all just tuned in, we're talking about long-distance relationships. You know, we got a lot of young people calling to the show. This is their norm. You understand? We didn't start out with this, man. We were talking on the phone. Remember, we used to talk on the phone for hours. They don't do that now. Young people do not talk on the phone for hours. No, they do not. We do that. They might Skype, text, FaceTime for a few minutes. We used to be on the phone for hours back in the day. So now these young people have Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine. And the question is, man, long distance is normal. Most people are going to have a long-distance relationship. Most of these young millennials probably have long-distance relationships by the time they're 17, 18 years old. They're dating long distance. Janae, how you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles.
LA's in the building. Now, come on.
Yes,
I had so many women calling in from LA who don't date dudes in LA. What's up with that, Janae?
Well, the men out here, I mean, I will date one if I can find one. I'm not opposed to it. But
Right.
Recently, I met a gentleman. He lived in Georgia. And, it's not just the distance with the long distance. It's the time difference as well. He wants me to call him. But I want to get home. I want to woosah for a minute.
That's right.
But he's 3 hours ahead of me. You understand? So I don't want to call you the minute I walk in the door and all of these things. And call me when you get home. Well, when I get home, it's 3 o'clock in the morning for you. I'm not doing that, So there was those variables.
That's right.
Kids, all of that. So
Hold on, stop right there, Janae. I literally forgot about the time difference because you're right. It throws you off. You're up and handling your business. They get ready to go to bed. They want to talk before they go to bed. You're like, look, I still got things I need to do. It can throw you completely off.
Yeah, my girls and I, we just going out. It's 10 o'clock. You want me to call you because it's 1 o'clock for you?
That's right.
Well, it's not 1 o'clock for me. I'm here in Los Angeles. So I think that it can work. I have another gentleman that I'm interested in. He's interested in me. He lives in Las Vegas. Now, for us, that's a 4-hour drive, a 45-minute plane ride.
Yep.
And that's nothing. And I can pay for that all day, every day. But his PP better work.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, Janae. See, the women not keeping it real. They calling here talking about love and communication. Ain't nobody dating long distance if the loving is not off the chain. I'm telling if you are, good for you. I couldn't do it, Janae. I couldn't do it.
I can't do it. I'm not a phone sex person. I can't do all that. I don't video and all of these things. I need it up close and in person. So therefore, you have to be geographically desirable. And that's no more than an hour on a plane from me.
What is the objective? Do you have to have an objective or can you just kick it casually long distance?
Well, I have an objective, and their objective must match mine. If we're not on the same page, then for me, it won't work. So I date with purpose. I'm 50, okay? So I'm no longer out here to just be kicking it. So I don't mind if he sees other people, but ultimately we need to have the same objective, which is to grow into an exclusive relationship.
So somebody's going to have to move. And see, this is you got to hold on, Janae. We got to get to that sooner than later because if we're making this investment in time, if you're dating in long distance, you're making an investment in money, then you got to ask yourself at some point, the loving is obviously good, otherwise you wouldn't be together, so a bond is being created. So the point is now, where are we going? What are we doing? You got kids involved or not. You have jobs involved. You know what I'm saying? If you're not an entrepreneur, you got to worry about your job. Long-distance relationships make you more serious because you got to have an objective and you got to communicate on another level. Your thoughts, Janae?
I've got grown children. They're both college graduates, and one is in law school and one is in master's. So children aren't a problem for me. I can up and move, and I would move to the gentleman that I'm involved with. I would make the move. I would make the move.
You would.
I would make the move.
Wow.
Yeah, I would make the move.
I think many women would move for love, man. They always say, it's hard to find a good man. I think if they found that guy, I don't know many women who would not. But you got to know what you're getting into. You definitely got to know his situation before you do something like making a move for love.
Right. I would make the move as long as it wasn't somewhere where it snows.
You're not doing snow. Not happening.
I was raised in Chicago. I'm done. I can't never live there again, but I can live on the West Coast. I can do the West Coast.
Hey, man, I appreciate your honesty, Janae. Thanks for keeping it 100. How many of you all did move for love? Long-distance relationships, man, at some point, somebody's going to have to make a move. If you're in a real relationship and it's going somewhere, if that is the objective, who's moving? How do you determine that? And I guess it'd have a lot to do with whose job is most transferable, right? Hey, family, thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to go to minglecity.com, minglecity.com, and join the Michael Bays and Travel Club, man. We got the contest going on with the Soul Fest with VIP tickets, hotel, airfare. You got to join minglecity.com to be a part of that, to qualify. And check this out. Those of y'all who wanted to see the New Year's Eve party photos, Go to minglecity.com now and join the club and check out the photos from the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas. We had a great time. And all of you all who came to my New Year's Eve party in 2009 in Miami, those pictures are posted as well.